everyone, so welcome back to World Aquarium Singapore, where you can learn all about aquarium and also have entertaining videos as well. Alright, so today we're going to go through another educational video. Welcome. So today let's talk about water chemistry. Alright, so do you know that the aquarium deco which you put inside your aquarium will affect the water hardness and also the pH. That means the acidity and the alkalinity of your water. Alright, so some of the rocks and the sand, the substrates, pipes, some clay, deco, and even if you put in flower pots, and this will increase the hardness and the pH level. Alright, example, I definitely think you'll put in some wood, some bark, coconut shell. Alright, especially those plants, the Java ferns with coconut shell, this will soften and acidify your water. Alright, so it's best that if you're not sure which deco is affecting your water chemistry, alright, you can test it. Alright, can take them out and put them in a bucket of water for a week or 2 weeks, or maybe sometimes even for 1 month. Then after that you just do a pH test or a water hardness test on that particular bucket of water. Right, so let's talk about water hardness. Alright, so water hardness test kit varies from different countries, so maybe different country will have different standard of measurement. So it's best that when you're buying your water hardness test kit, you make sure that you check which country is it following the standard from. And also you might be confused when you try to buy a certain test kit. Alright, so the recommendation here is to always buy the same brand of test kit, and also you do a benchmark. That means, what do I mean by a benchmark is that I do a comparison, example week 1, week 2, week 3. Alright, so have a baseline of what your pH level is, and also before water change and after water change. So you can write this down as your simple measurement, so you can have a consistent result. And also for the pH scale, this is a very sensitive scale. For the pH scale, each scale represents a 10-fold increase, alright, in either acidity or alkalinity. Alright, for example, a pH of 9 is 10 times more alkaline than pH of 8. Alright, and also 100 times more alkaline than pH 7. Right, so when you adjust the pH changes should be very minimal and very little. Alright, and also if you're testing nitrate level, alright, so just be aware that nitrate test kit will expire very fast. Alright, so and there will always be some nitrate level in your tank, and it cannot go down to 0. Once you use your nitrate test kit and test, you find that nitrate is 0, that means maybe your nitrate test kit has expired or something wrong with your test kit. So the recommendation is to buy a new test kit instead. And sometimes if you have an aquarium for a very very long time and suddenly you introduce a new fish, and your new fish just like when bottom belly up, then it could be due to nitrate shock. Alright, that means your old fishes has already acclimatized to your current high level of hardness and your pH level in your tank. Alright, but your new fish might not be yet. So this could be the level. Your nitrate level could be very very high, where your new fish cannot take that amount. So so please take note of that as well. And another question you might ask is, can you use rainwater inside your aquarium tank after you have collected it? The answer is you can use rainwater after you have That means clean it and maybe filter it, remove the pollutants, and make sure that your rainwater alright is for your soft water fishes, alright, where sometimes your tap water is very hard. And the answer is never use it straight directly from your bucket container for your rainwater. Treat it first before you use it, like strain it, use a fine net mesh or anything, and also power filter, put a internal power filter or activated carbon, to let it run for a few hours or maybe a few days before you use it. Yeah. And remember, last episode we discussed about activated carbon. Alright, so just to be sure, activated carbon do not remove like your waste, like fish waste, like ammonia, nitrate and nitrate. Alright, so yeah, and it only remove like heavy metals, example salt, methane, blue, medication, fish medications, and heavy metal. It's best not to be inside your aquarium, alright. So and also medication are best. Example, you use it inside your hospital tank. Grab that sick fish and put it inside your hospital tank instead, alright. So that's why it's best to use carbon in your filter when there's specific requirement, or use sparsely. And also for planted tank, there are also discussion whether you can use activated carbon or not, alright. So you can use sparsely, not too much or not too little. It depends on your requirement actually. And if you remember, we discussed about the biological filtration. So if your fish inside your main tank are sick and you put like methane blue or other type of medication inside your aquarium tank, right, this will kill your fungus and other parasites and bacteria for sure. But your medication will also kill your friendly beneficial bacteria as well. So it's best recommended to use your medication in a hospital tank only, so that your fish inside your main tank can be treated in the hospital tank and not kill your biological bacteria. Next, let's discuss about how do you put your filter media. Alright, so it's best practice to put your filter media inside a net. Alright, you can buy those like filter media net inside from your aquarium shop. Alright, like fine net mesh bag, to keep them in, so you can just take the whole bag out and wash it, or change it easily. Yeah. Okay, do you notice sometimes that your fish will so-called scratch themselves against your rock or plant or all those? So these are caused by some suspended particles in your water, alright. So if you see suspended particles in your water and your water are not crystal clear, alright, this could be caused by the pumps or insufficient filtration. Remember, if you need to see how to have crystal clear water, please look at my previous video on the what type of filter media you should put inside your filter, so that you remove and filter out all these suspended particles, so that the particle won't go inside your fish's gill and cause irritation or cause like parasites and all those things to your fishes. Yeah. Okay, sometimes you might want to change the pH chemistry of your aquarium, so the recommendation is to change them slowly and gradually and naturally. Alright, actually there are some chemical pH adjuster outside, where you can buy off the shop, but those are more dangerous. Alright, so the safer way is to use natural materials like pea, to adjust your acidity of your water slowly. Alright, and also use coral sand or crushed shell, to use inside your filter or mix with your substrate to buffer the alkalinity for hard water fishes. Alright, like sometimes if you like cichlid or those lake cichlid, then you can add some coral, crushed coral inside your tank as well. Okay, and sometimes if you see that your water is very cloudy, alright, so if you just set up a new aquarium, so the cloudy water is alright, it's quite common, quite normal. So sometimes it's caused by dust or particle, or maybe your bacteria after some time is having a boom, so that will cause the cloudiness. So these are some of the signs that bacteria are coming, or it might be your tank is really dirty, so you need to do a water change. Alright, so it's best to have filtration. Alright, a strong filtration, especially mechanical filtration. Just put mechanical filtration wool inside your filter tank to filter out the particles. Alright, and later on, I'll give it some time. If it's a bacterial boom, some of the bacteria will die off, and you normalize your tank as well. Alright, so if your tank is a mature tank, stabilized tank, and suddenly your tank become very cloudy, that means maybe your tank will have become like quite dirty, so you need to or maybe your tank filter is not working well, or is like spoiled in some way, the pump may be pumping slower, so you got to remove you got to check and remove your dead plants, fishes, food, and all those, and also do water change, maybe daily water change of 10% to 50% water change until your water clears. Yeah. Okay, so to watch the next video, so on screen you'll see a thumbnail of my next video, Japan aquascaping shop tour. Just click on that and watch my next video. Alright, so or if you want, you can choose and search other video in my channel as well. Alright, thank you, bye, and see you again. Subscribe, punch the like button, share, bye.